Shalom, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ha-Rekam Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. I also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity, alright? So, through the Spirit, I came across this video. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. It's just bear with me. It's about 2.5 minutes that I'm gonna play, and then I'm gonna get into these scriptures. All right. And the name of the video is "Are the Elites Fleeing to Their Underground Bunkers?" All right. And it's a recent post on this Open Your Eyes channel that I subscribe to through the Spirit. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video.
Something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was. Then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Most of you who are awake and have been awake for a long time, you're aware that the elites out there have these bunkers, actors, musicians, politicians, CEOs of corporations, people you've never heard of who pull the strings, have bunkers literally for these events that they create to hide out. A lot of times, if you actually research and see things going on in the Ozarks, the underground world that they've created, which people don't believe exists. There's literally a world underneath our feet. I've covered this way early on my channel. There's a world underneath our feet. Washington has the whole thing underground there to run the politicians into their bunkers. What we're hearing now is that all of these people are running to their bunkers. All these mainstream media outlets at least are reporting that. Now, do I believe that that's true? I have no idea. Probably not, because there's nothing really going on. But they're saying the super rich have adopted their bunker mentality. It says most people are stocking up on hand sanitizer, toilet paper, but the super rich have adopted more extreme measures to ward off the outbreak, including preparing their doomsday bunkers, according to reports. And again, these are things that they've had for a long time. And people aren't suspicious of anything. They think it's just some cutesy thing. Oh, they've got all this, millions of dollars invested. And it's like, where is it? Is it legal to have this underneath your feet, underground? Apparently for them it is, not us.
You are entering one of the most secret places on Earth. It's a bunker built into a hollowed-out mountain in Colorado. It's just one of the top secret shelters where 7,000 Americans will go to in the event of nuclear annihilation.
The government built more than 100 of these bunkers and relocation facilities around the country.
There's no room for families.
Wives and children not included.
The plans to get a small number of government officials out of Washington, out of major cities, and into these bunkers around the country. And it doesn't include families.
Gary Graff is the author of the new book, Raven Rock, the U.S. government's secret plan to save itself while the rest of us die. The title comes from this place, Raven Rock Mountain, a super secret bunker in Pennsylvania where Pentagon brass will relocate in a nuclear war.
How do you get on this list? And who's on it?
Well, so the list includes your high-ranking government officials, your cabinet leaders, your congressional leadership, members of the Supreme Court, as well as, top aides, White House staff.
Some people are on the elite list by accident. The bunker at Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado has its own Subway sandwich shop.
If you just happen at the time of the apocalypse to be the person manning the cash register at the Subway, you're going to be the only fast food employee in America who survives the nuclear war.
Another bunker is buried in Virginia at a place called Mount Weather.
This is the Mount Weather facility about 60 miles west of Washington, D.C. And it looks like a typical secure government facility. It is surrounded by a chain link fence with a barbed wire at the top.
And they don't like visitors. For decades, another secret bunker was located beneath Greenbrier, a luxury resort in West Virginia. It's now...
Khan, so you see the elite, they have these, they've made investments into these bunkers, and they're random, Edomites with a lot of money that are investing in these bunkers, and let's go to the scriptures now. Revelation 6 and 15, it says, and the kings of the earth, and actually, you know what, let me start at 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. All right. The reason why every mountain and island is going to be moved out of their places is because there's going to be thermonuclear bombs going off in Babylon, America. All right. And in various parts of the planet, but the planet's going to shake like a drunkard, and that's why these elites are rushing to they may not be running to the bunkers, but these people are reporting they are, because this video was about only like posted yesterday. So alleged it said that they're running to their bunkers, some of them, whether, like he said, whether it's true or not. But the thing is they have these bunkers, they're manifested, and these are Bible prophecy, all right? But let me look up that verse, that shake like a drunkard verse. So, this is, let's see, Isaiah really quick, 24:20, and it says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. All right. So the earth is going to shake like a drunkard because of this nuclear missiles. All right. So just think about that, the earth just shaking like that, like a drunk person. 24, that's Isaiah 24:20. All right. But these wicked elite, they got the money, and they're investing in their bunkers, like we saw in that video. It had mentioned that the actor Tom Cruise had made an investment in a nuclear underground bunker. All right. So let's go back to the scriptures. Well, you know what? I want to pull out Isaiah 54:16 also. 54:16. It says, Isaiah 54:16, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. All right, and what is that instrument, and what is that waster? It's the nuclear missile. All right. And that's why these elite have prepared these underground bunkers, because they're actually going to survive through these wicked elite. I'm going to keep reading verse 17. It says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. See, so every time people talk shit when we're at camp, and they're rising their tongue against us, well, we're going to condemn them through judgment. You see, this is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh. So the way when we're out there condemning the people, it's not because of we're something special. No, it's because Yahweh is. It says right there, and their righteousness is of me. So our righteousness in the condemnation of these heathen and these 2/3, is the righteousness of Yahweh. It's not even of ourselves. There's nothing special about us. The only thing is we have a spirit on us to go out and be passionate and defend this truth. You see? So But no weapon is formed against us shall prosper, not even this nuclear missile. You see. Let's go back to Revelation, and we're at, what was it, 6:16, and it says, well, let me go back to 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men and rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. You see, those are those underground bunkers, man. And it talks about chief men, rich men, kings, mighty men. All right, you're not gonna, you're not gonna be able to have access to a bunker unless you're in that elite. Shoot, Donald Trump, he who knows if he even is in part of this bunker. Who you don't know if he's invested into that or not. But now they have their new president-elect, Joe Biden, and he's going to show his horns. All right, Joe Biden is going to be one of these people, in the bunkers. And man, I wouldn't doubt it. Donald Trump also. They're all the same. The two wings are of the same bird. You see, the right wing and the left wing. But anyway, verse 16, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. From Yahushua is the Lamb, and they're going to be in so much distress when they see the return of our Lord. They're going to prefer the mountains and the rocks to fall on them than to deal with the wrath of Yahushua. All right, because he's coming. I mean, let's go to Revelation 1:1. Let me find it real quick. Oh, here we go. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, which are chariots, right? Well, that's chariots. Psalm 104:3 tells you a cloud is a chariot. It says, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so be it. All right, that's what amen means, so be it. So these Edomites who pierced him, they pierced Yahushua when he was in Rome, and they're going to see him, you see? So they're going to be so much in terror that they would rather the rocks fall on them to kill them than to feel the wrath of Yahweh B'Ashem, Yahushua B'Ashem. All right? And these demons, these devils, they have nothing, but they're going to be in a situation where, the Lamb is going to destroy them. He's going to come back as a lion. All right? Where's that? Matthew 24. Great glory. He coming back with great glory. Let me see. Let me see. Matthew 24 and verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. See? So the elect, man, Yahweh, Ba'Ashem, Yahushua Ba'Ashem, are going to gather the elect only. 2/3 of our people have to die, and also the heathen, all the heathen, starting out with the Edomites, will be destroyed in that day. That's why they have their underground bunkers, because the elite who, let's go to that real quick. Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the wicked is Esau, Edom. All right, we'll go prove that in Malachi. Malachi. Let's see. No, Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. All right, so that shows you who the wicked is. And then we go back to Job 9. Edom is the wicked, the so-called white man. Go back to Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So he's the one who is the earth is given to right now. All right. Israelites don't have money to go invest into underground bunkers, you know. No, it's going to be filled with Edomites. And they showed you only their chief men, their kings, their princes. You know, the guy in the video, he told you that not even their families would be going in there with them, you know. But this is Esau. Esau's wicked, you know. He's more worried about himself than his family or his brother, you know, which is, Esau and Jacob, you know. But these Edomites have broken the brotherly covenant perpetually, and you know. Well, let's go to that real quick. Ezekiel 35:5, I think. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. See, so they have a perpetual hatred, and they've shed the blood of the children of Israel by the sword, and that's why they're going to bring those nuclear missiles, all right? We brought out the waster in Isaiah 54:16, which is the nuclear missile. Let's see, then let's bring out another missile verse. 2nd Ezra 15. Let me see. Let's read 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, all right? And modern swords are missiles, all right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Another reason why these elite are going to go into these bunkers, because it's going to get so chaotic in Babylon, America, that it's going to be safer to be in the bunker for a short time before the return of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, and they visit the earth. All right. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And you've already seen this prophecy being fulfilled. It's going to be even brought to a greater level. But you've already seen it being fulfilled, you know, where you can't go into a different city because of the COVID, you know. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right. So these men are going to have fear. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses and with the sword and spoil their goods, because of lack of bread and for tribulation. All right. So this is going to get crazy, man. It just Jacob's trouble. That's why you have these men who are going to flee to these bunkers, and eventually they're going to send those missiles. All right. But you saw them, and well, if you would have kept watching that video, it shows you that they have little growing operations where they could grow plants and, you know, vegetables, you know, and food, you know. So these elite, they're going to be in those bunkers while all this what I'm reading is happening. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. And that word reverence means respect me, which are from the rising of the sun and from the east and Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done, like as they do yet to this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom. Thus saith Yahweh thy power. All right. So he's going to avenge us, all right? But let me find that, and he's going to avenge us with those chariots, man. And let's read it. 2nd Ezra 15 and 40. Let me see something real quick. Slovakia. And then jump to 40. The great, and this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 40. The great and mighty clouds shall be puffed up, full of wrath. Those are those chariots. And the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, they shall pour out over every high and eminent place an horrible star, fire and hail and flying swords, which are missiles, and many waters and fire. Those chariots are going to bring fire, all right? And those clouds are going to bring hail, man. You're going to have hail. You're going to have the chariots shooting fire. You're going to have the nations shooting flying swords, which are missiles. And many waters, that all fields may be full, and the rivers with abundance of great waters. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood and grass in the meadows, and their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, and make her afraid. You see, these chariots are going to be a scary, scary sight for these heathen in these 2/3, you know. But this is all going on because we're in the early stages of Jacob's trouble. Joe Biden is gonna do even more wickedness than Donald Trump. So it doesn't matter who got the election; these prophecies were going to be fulfilled either way. With starting out with the microchip, that's the next major prophecy that we know is coming. And then let's see, what was I going to bring out? Jacob's trouble. So let me go to Jeremiah. (30:7) says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Who's going to be he? It's going to be the Israelites, Jake. You see? You will not see any Edomites, and you will not see any heathen being taken up in chariots. You may see confusion of face, speckled bird going up in chariots, meaning Israelites who look like the other nations. So that's going to be Jacob's trouble, a great time. There is none like it, It's going to be a time of heaviness. So, but that's what it is, and then they're going to flee to those bunkers. They will live through this nuclear. Some of these elite will make it past the nuclear destruction, and then the men of the Lord will be changed by then, and will have spiritual powers. And this is the verse, Jeremiah 16:16. "Behold, I will send for many fishers," because right now we're out here as fishermen, fishing for the elect, trying to seal the elect, teach the men of the elect, saith Yahweh, "and they shall fish them, and after I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks." You see? So we're going to hunt them down out of those underground bunkers. Every mountain, meaning every government. Every hill, meaning every small government. Like we read it in, let's go back to it real quick to refresh your memory. Revelation 6 and 15. Revelation 6 and 15. "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and the rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, from the wrath of Yahweh the Lamb." All right? So they're going to be terrified, man. The ones who pierced him. Like we read in Revelation 1 and 7. Let me write that down. So, but that's what it is, man. That's why they have their That's why they have their underground bunkers. That's why they have their space force, because of everything we're speaking about. All these prophecies going to be fulfilled, right? And right as I'm doing that, a brother puts up a video of a chariot. See? Let's pray through the Spirit. It's working. There it is. See? These chariots are going to be the clouds and chariots in the sky. And Yahweh Shai is going to come with great wrath. See that chariot right there? This is just through the Spirit. Doing a lesson on these chariots bringing destruction, coming at these elite who are going to their underground bunkers. And this is the chariot that will come and, seek him out as a hunter.
What is this thing I find on
See?
the space station?
Con. Let it play a little bit longer. Just the Spirit. It's a chariot just floating around. Imagine the sky filled with 20,000 of those. All right, I'm going to close out on this sept over here in Psalms 68:17.
Any suggestions what this is?
It's a chariot of Yahweh, see? But anyway, I'm going to close that out. And this verse says, Psalm 68:17, the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels, and Yahweh is among them as in Sinai and in the holy place. All right? Now, I always bring this out when I'm talking about the chariots. Psalm 104:3, it says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers of flaming fire. All right. So the chariots, man. So this is what Babylon has to look forward to. The plague of the microchip, the plague of the chariots, and then, the plague of the missiles, And then, like I say, the plague of Yahweh Shai is going to be a plague to this earth when he comes back, all right? But with that, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha-Rakak-Wadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. I also want to say, shalom to the brethren and the elect, pushing this word throughout all four corners of the earth. Shalom.